And we come to know very early, I believe, that without knowing the truth of your being and living from it, there is no peace. There is no inner security. And we're always wanting that. Now, a question that has I've been receiving also lately, it's a very common one, is, and lately I've been flooded with clients, and I'm very fortunate that way, and it's going great. People are calling and coming, and one of the common things is that people have been on the spiritual path for many, many years, some 10, 15 years, but they still get a feeling that something is missing. They don't seem to be living the truth of their being. So we'll discuss what causes that. Here is a question, and this is a free book you can get. It's on the table. It's called Crucial Understanding, which is the topic today. Okay? And this is a common question. I keep reading the scripts you send, Burt, and feel good and free, and yet I can't seem to get it all together. Something is missing. Now, what is missing? And for that one, I had to ask my inner guide, okay? Just to be clear. But what is missing is a very simple thing. Knowing the great difference between thought and awareness. And once we're very clear about thought and awareness, you just know who you are, and you begin to live from that. So, in order to understand the difference between thought and awareness, which are vast, imagine awareness is infinite and thought is finite. Can anything be more different than that? And yet we always confuse them. Why do we do that? Well, first of all, most people are not aware of their true nature. Oh, they hear words like I am spirit, or I'm a part of God, or I am divine, or whatever. But these are just words. To live from it is an entirely different thing altogether. So let's discuss about attention. I'd like you to listen to this word attention, because this will lead us to understand the difference between thought and awareness. There is never a time when you're not paying attention to something. Never. Right now, for example, you're listening to Burt talk. That's where your attention is at. If you're not listening to Burt, your mind is wandering, then of course your mind is wandering, so you're paying attention to that. Okay? And whatever you're doing, you're reading a book, you're paying attention to the book. At night, you pay attention to your dreams, whatever you happen to be feeling. So, to repeat, and I cannot say it enough, there's never a time when you're not paying attention to something. That is the point. But we never ask, what is attention? Where does it come from? Who is paying attention? And that is the key. Now, once you understand that, pay attention right now to attention itself. You see? And the moment you do that and you grasp that, then you begin to know the difference between thought and awareness. And that is the whole thing. And yet you never learn that. I very rarely have I ever read a book that tells the difference between these two. I'd like you to imagine the following, okay? Maybe one of you will volunteer, and I'll ask you a couple of questions to have an example of what I'm talking about. May I have volunteer? Okay, Jim. Jim, no, you stay where you are. Yeah. You're in a pitch black room. It's pitch dark. You cannot see anything. Okay?
All right.
All right. It's pitch dark. You know, I'd like you to imagine that. Okay, now hand me the book that's there. What would you say?
You say, hand me the book that's there.
Right.
And it's a big room.
And it's pitch dark. You can't see a thing.
I'd say it's going to be a while.
Okay. You can say, what book? Right? Because
I believe you and trust you, so if you say there's a book...
Okay, so, but it's pitch dark, so you say, what book, right?
Okay.
Something like that. Okay. Now I say to you, you said, what book? Who is it that spoke?
That is aware.
Okay, you're in the pitch dark room, and I'm talking to you. And you said, I don't know where the book is, I can't see it because it's dark, right? I mean, I'm assuming this is what we'll probably say. So right now, I would say, who is it that said that? Just say whatever comes naturally. Forget you're in a satsang. How would you say this to somebody else? Who is it that said that? You did.
But I don't know who I am.
He's confused now.
Okay, you did. Okay,
All right.
you said. Okay, now how do you know you're there? You said me. You say, I said, who's there? Who said that? And you said me. And then I say to you, how do you know you're there? It's pitch dark. You couldn't see the book. You didn't see yourself. So how do you know you're there?
Awareness.
Okay, so you're aware that you're there. You just know you're there. Right? I'd like you to feel this. Okay? You see, this is one thing everybody takes for granted. How do you know you exist? How do you know you're there? I just know. But what is it that knows that? It's not a thought, it's not a memory. I have to feel it, okay? Because we're going with words. It loses its potency. We have to feel it. So, and I say to Jim, you know, he says, me, and how do you know you're there? And of course, everybody would probably say something like, you see, awareness is the key, of course, but I would say, because I know, I'm here, I know I'm here. But who is it that knows? Okay? That is called the felt sense of I. And you understand that? Now, this felt sense of I am, we think of it as being this small little encasement. You see? We do not realize that this I, this primordial I, which has no beginning or end, is awareness itself. It recognizes itself. It does everything. Now, when people are told you're not a doer, you don't do anything. You don't keep your heart beating. You don't keep your cells changing. You don't say, and emotions. You don't say, well, I think I'm going to get depressed now. You know, things happen to you. Everything is happening from consciousness. You see. So the point is that it is this I that's doing everything. But let's understand this I. There's another term I'd like to use here. Okay? In this space, in this I, this pure consciousness, that which is, which cannot be defined, which you cannot see, you cannot taste, you cannot smell, but just is, which appears as you being aware. Okay? That in itself creates, let's call it a cosmic soup.